Okay, I got Retroid Pocket 4 Pro in the dock, as you can see down there. Forgive the mess of my room. My screen's set to dim. Playing Black Myth Wukong. Obviously, in the dock, can't use it as a controller. So I've got my 8-bit Do gamepad. Don't like A being over there for games meant for PC, so I have that reset in Moonlight to flip the face buttons. Even though that's a drop down on the actual device itself, but it only works for the device's buttons. Does not work for anything connected to Bluetooth. So that's strange, but yeah, so far works. Outputting through the USB-C port, then upscaled through my fire hazard over here, my mClassic, and then a 4K upscaler behind it, getting me a pretty good picture. And even though I'm playing the game on my PC at 1080p, and yeah, pretty good. I realized I didn't have all two, I should say, upscalers turned on properly. The mClassic was not turned on. So the mClassic really cleans up the picture on the output of the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro, and the 4K photo. I can't remember what it was called. The photo something. Really helps it look a lot better. But just kind of wanted to zoom in on it and see how the cleaned up edges of the game, even though it's being streamed. You can see the streaming artifacts there. It's the mClassic for cleaning up the picture, and that thing back there, blue and glowing, is the photo something that I can't even remember what it's called. But I'll look it up. I mean, the picture is fine. Picture is great. It's what I would expect it to be. My only concerns with it are that this does not sit perfectly level. You can see the gap of the actual port in there, and I don't think it's actually resting up. No, it's not resting up against the back of the backrest. This would lead me to believe that it was meant to be used with this, the actual cover case for it. Problem with it is I had it on there. I could not get it to trigger an actual image to appear on the device, on the screen, on my television, I should say, while the case was on it. It just would not do it. I guess it wasn't getting far enough onto the USB-C port, even though that's a very long USB-C prong. I need to try to work with it a little more again. I'll probably come back to that and amend that to this if I can. But for the moment, I'm concerned about how that's going to harm the actual longevity of the USB-C port, or the longevity of the dock as a device in general, if it's not actually resting on anything, if it's just kind of sitting up, being pulled by gravity on this prong. Obviously, haven't tested how well the Ethernet port works, or any of the USB-C, or I say USB-C, USB-A port. Again, here I am testing it with the cover on. As you can see, it's sitting on it in such a way that you can still see the USB-C prong coming out of the bottom. I have it sitting there as flush as I can. I cannot get a picture to appear on it. Again, it doesn't seem flush. It lifts up off of it very easily, but I'm pushing with a lot of force on this. I cannot get it to seat and send the picture through the USB-C port at all. It's not working. I do actually also have new little hats that are convex as opposed to concave. I may do a review on those later. I got off Etsy if you guys would like to see those. But they are much better than the concave ones. But again, no, I cannot get this to send a picture through at all. Not even a flicker with the actual case on. With the case on, it still does not really seem to be resting against that back plate. It's closer to doing so. I don't think it is. So I don't know about that, man. That, It works. Does it work? It works. Am I going to give it a glowing review? Not at the moment. Not until I can figure out if there's something wrong I'm doing or what, you know. It's dawned on me that I need to be testing the Retroid Pocket 3 and 3 Pluses. So here's a 3 Plus in black without the case on. See if I can get it to sit. No picture yet. That seemed to trigger. We got a vibration. But we seem to have nothing even charging up there at the moment, just 100% from where I just charged it. As you can see, it wiggles around on that prong. And it takes quite a bit of force to pull it out. Cut the music out for a second and pause the game. But it is most definitely not outputting any video. I can't, I'm pretty sure that was expected, but the thing is I can't tell you if it's even charging. I don't think it's even charging. And at that point, I'm not even going to bother testing my my Retroid Pocket 3 in a case that I have, because I just know that's not going to work. I mean, if it doesn't even output, maybe I'll just stick it here. Come on. There you go. There is. Was this off? Yeah, it was off entirely. I don't think it's even going to get a charge or do anything. To be honest with you, I'm just honestly quite surprised how ineffective this works as a dock. It doesn't even seat anything properly on it. I understand there are several different products that had to seat on here. Let's see, I'm gonna turn down this metal slug. I understand there are several different products that you had to seat this on, like the 3 and the 3 Plus and the 4, and probably the Flip and the Mini and all that stuff. But I just expected it to work a little better. It doesn't seat. It looks like it's going to break the device over time. I'm not super duper thrilled with it. To be honest with you, what I have, I've had a lot of these as 4K micro HDMI cables or extenders that turn normal HDMI plug into a micro HDMI plug. They're terrible. They don't work. And I don't really know if it's these things' fault, because I have another cable that also does the same thing that these do, which is it wiggles out. It wiggles out of the top port on all of, especially I think on all devices, but especially the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro. I don't know what's wrong. It's causing that to wiggle. But I've recently abandoned that anyway for this product, which I got off Amazon, a small USB-C port. I apologize for the trouble focusing on some of these things. That leads into a power port USB-C, a normal size HDMI plug, and a USB-A 3.0 port. And this works just as well. I have to run a cable across the floor to my couch, obviously, but I can then also even use the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro as its own controller, and I never get any sort of disconnect. I never worry that this port is going to, or this plug is going to ruin the port in the bottom of it. I get all the power I need. I can even plug in external storage through that USB-C 3.0 port that I haven't tried yet. So I'm much happier with this than I was the dock so far. And this was like nothing on Amazon. Was it 14 bucks? I can't remember. Maybe more like 25 bucks. But at the same point, at that point, that's what the dock was, wasn't it? Dock's like 30 or 35 bucks. I don't know. I just don't like how the device sits on that prong, that USB-C prong, and has no support in the process of doing it. That's not good to me.